What up? We got JAches on the phone. How's it going, homie?
Good, bro. What's good on your end? What's good?
Oh, nothing much, man. We just chilling. You know how it is.
Dope.
Word, man. Let the people know who is JAches.
JAches, I'm a 21-year-old MC. I come out of Steel City, Ontario, Canada. I've been doing my thing now in the hip-hop scene for about the past 5-7 years solid. I've been doing events now for the past 2 years all around the city, bringing in acts all over the place, all different types of artists from hip-hop to like hardcore rap genres. Been collabing, doing networking bridges with different artists now for the past like 2 or 3 years and just building my buzz up. So, you know, I'm just grinding out here, man. Hip-hop all day, Team Dope.
Yeah.
Word, man.
All right, well, last time I seen you, we were at the Madchild Show in London. So how was that?
That shit was nuts, man. That shit was crazy.
It was fucking nuts.
Yeah, we rolled out like 35 deep on a party bus. All brought out like the dopers and dopettes from Steel City. Came out, made a pretty solid impact and shit. We came out a bit late, so I ended up getting like a slot like right up towards the end of the night, so it worked out in my favor. And yeah, London was a dope crowd, man. I want to go out there more times and shit. Like that was the first time I was ever in the city. And
Yeah.
I got to do the show for Slane and Madchild and like Swollen and everybody like that. So
Oh, that was the first time out there, right?
yeah, that was the first show I ever did in London, right? So that was
Yeah.
it worked out dope.
London's a crazy town.
Get out to London and do a small venue or anything, but I just never got booked or nobody knew my name. So to go out there and then be on a show at that level, it was definitely dope for sure.
Yeah, the vibe was crazy that night, eh?
Yeah, it was so many hip hop heads in the house. When you get an act like that, like Swollen, and you have everyone come out like that, you know everyone's there for the show. It's just not people that are partying at the club or people that are there just to get hammered. Everyone's paying attention to the stage. And when you have a club that big packed with everyone paying attention to the stage, just the atmosphere is fucking insane.
It was insane.
Man, like we were on that like 8:45 I believe, real early, and even about then it was a packed house and like it was crazy. Like there was reception from the audience. Like
Oh yeah, I know.
Live that night, man.
Well, yeah, with Swollen too, they have so many other battle acts, dude. They're waiting up front like an hour before the doors even open to get in, right? So
Yeah, it's insane, eh?
they have a really cult following too, just like MGK and like a bunch of other artists and shit like that too. Like when you have it like that, you know the show's gonna be nuts for sure.
Speaking of that, you opened for MGK, didn't you? Back in Hamilton a little while ago?
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that actually, man. That's the biggest lineup I ever seen. Like I did Joey Badass too, and he has a really dope underground like following like that too. And the lineup for that was like, if you know, Absence with JDR was. I come up that ramp that was wrapped all the way down around to the side gate where you are, and then down the street.
That was a tight show too.
Waiting. And then at MGK, their building is I think almost like 1,000, 100 square feet, and they had it from the gate of the smoker's pit wrapped around the side of the club going down to like Dirty Dogs. It was literally like a Hamilton block and a half of people. There was like 400 people waiting outside, and it was right around Christmas time. It was like minus 17, bro. Girls in their dresses like freaking like MGK and shit. It was nuts, man. It was crazy. That was
boys actually went out and checked that show too. They said the vibe that night was insane.
Yeah, it was definitely insane, man. The show was just had way too many acts on it. It was cool, but I ended up getting to do like 2 tracks out of my set, and like the deposit was huge. But I missed it the year beforehand, and I was like, man, I can't miss it again. And he's not an artist that I really vibe with tons, but my style of music appeals to the whole entire crowd, and he's like I'm trying to appeal to. So I was like, man, I gotta get on it. And I wrote that night was insane too. Like literally, if I won the stage time, I could have been like everyone would have went for it. Like people were hyped. Shit, man, like just guzzling Red Bulls, just guzzling bottles, like it was insane, man. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yo, I got a question. So tell the people who and what do you do, Jay?
Really, like I'm a jack of all trades in a sense, man. Like my main forte is obviously hip hop and music. On the side of that, I'd say the second block to me is like obviously the promotion events. Like follow on Twitter KWC Promo Events. We brought in acts like I said, Joey Badass, Joel Ortiz, JDR, Rich Kid. List goes on. I've been throwing small events and like small venues, tournaments. We do charity events every year for city kids with here in Hamilton. It's like a fundraiser at Christmas time to raise like cash and presents for the kids and stuff like that. Like, I've been involved in the community with events for a time now. I just finished out college as well, too, to be able to go to the CYBS and get these grants to be able to take it even to a higher level. The third tier to what I do is I have a clothing line right now, obviously, like KWC Clothing. I'm branching that off into a new brand. We're shifting that in about like the next month. I've been working on that for the past 6-7 months. In the background of everything, we just got the patents. We've got the logos all designed. We actually have shipping and distribution comes from China now, so everything comes at a dirt cheap price, and the quality is phenomenal because we get it right from the main source. I actually hooked up with a buddy of mine, Half-Wits Clothing. They're big in like the skate scene in Toronto. They actually have a front shop down there. They're doing really successful, and he's been my boy for a long time, so now my clothing is going to be even at a higher level. And with hip-hop, like if you guys know your merch, us, we don't really get paid for shows, you know? We get, our merch is where we make our money if we make anything at all. So now that the clothing are at a higher level and it's at a different tier, I'm really stoked on that as well too. But I'm just a jack of all trades, man. Like, I just love what I do. I love hip hop. Like, if I could DJ and I could break dance and I could do it all, bro, I probably would. At the end of the day, I can't, right? But it's just, I'm just a man of all trades, bro. Like, I love collabing. I love reaching out to other artists too. So if there's any artists that are checking this out, hit me up at JAches905, JAches on Facebook. Hit me up on the Reverb Nation at reverbnation.com/kings.uptown. Check out my music. I got over 12 mixtape releases, free download. I did the mixtape back in the day when I was 18 with Peter Jackson. That was a big project for me. Bring the Dope Back was a big project. Next project I got to
ask you about that, actually.
Bring the Dope Back, or I Got the Power?
Bring the Dope Back. What I was going to touch on, I Got the Power also. So actually tell the people a bit about both of those.
I Got the Power came about in a really dope way, actually. The first time Joel Ortiz came through to Hamilton, I was supposed to be on the bill with artists from the city, and I was only 18 at the time. And I was supposed to be good to perform that night, get in, everything else like that. And security was mad tight, like tighter than it ever is at 77, because the artist was coming from Brooklyn, blase. So I didn't end up getting into the club. So I was mad cheap. A, that I didn't get to see Joel perform, but two, obviously, I didn't get to perform at the time, and I didn't get to see him perform, so I had to bounce. My brother ended up being in the club, met PJ, told him about me, blase, hooked him. I think it was Get Big Volume 2 at the time, and then PJ checked it back, actually had time to listen to the mixtape. At first, his prices were way higher than everything that we asked for like a hosting and stuff, and then he listened to the tape, hit me back, and he was like, yo, I see some talent in you, blah, blah, blah. Seen your performance videos, like you got something towards you. I'm down to work, we'll do it for dirt cheap. Well, not dirt cheap, but like a good price. And we linked, and I sent him the project, because it was everything that I was working on for about a year's time. And like, if you know me, I put out a lot of music just because I record it and I put it out. I don't think there's a point for me to sit on it and have dust. We're not famous yet. I might as well put out everything I make. Yeah. And he listened to the whole project. He's like, yo, like, this is dope. Like, on all the jobs, he said at the time I was like best in Canada at 18. And like, that's a huge claim, especially coming from him, because he's toured all around. Like, at that time with Royce the 5'9" all across Canada, with D12 all across Canada. He already had done his thing and been through a lot of people, right? Yeah. So that was a huge claim for me and shit. We pressed up 1,000 copies of that. We pushed that out at the first Ogo Fest, dropped like 200 CDs. That got me mad attention, like a lot of attention, because it was almost an in. In any other city, Toronto, Saga, Oshawa, anywhere where I would be in the whip promoting, if I was trying to roll up with any other CD and they wouldn't even want to check my shit because people are like that, I'd be like, yo, we'll pop this. And they'd be like, oh, Peter Jackson. As soon as I've seen his face and seen his name, it was almost the in. And that's how the business works, man. Like, you get a cosign from a proper cosign, and you can get your music out to people that wouldn't even bother to check your shit. It's shady, and it sucks that it's like that, but that's how you gotta play it sometimes.
But it's true, man. Like, even like, if I go to a show and I get handed 5 CDs from 5 different artists throughout the night, you know what I mean? When I'm on the way home, whatever I pop in the CD deck, you know, I might look at the back and see, like, you know, who's got their credits written properly, you know, who takes their stuff real serious, who doesn't credit their producers. They're probably stealing beats from SoundCloud, you know what I mean? Like, because there's levels to check of an artist and how serious to take their work, and then I'm going to pick whoever I obviously feel as the most professional work, and sometimes that thing that clicks is going to be like that guest feature or that guest hosting, or you know what I mean? So like, definitely works that way, man. 100%. Like,
no doubt. Yeah, that's a big thing for sure too, man. And I did that. I Got the Power kind of to put my foot out there to get stepped out of the bubble that everyone was kind of holding me in at the time. And then when I put out Bring the Dope Back, that was like, that's still to this day up today, that's my favorite project, just because it has like a whole statement and a whole culture behind it in itself. Like, literally, Bring the Dope Back. And my message at the time, that's when, like, yo, everyone was buying these jump off chains, like, wearing the most, like, I call it Gucci and Louis Vuitton, like the fake Louis and the fake Gucci and shit. Everyone rocking the Hermes fucking belts and shit. Like, it's just lame shit. And it's just see-through. Like, that gets you nowhere if you're trying to build yourself rapport off of style and fashion. It's one thing if you're really about it and you truly know your shit, but then you should know your thread counts and you should know the type of cotton that you're wearing, blah, 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 all this other shit that I'm learning from fashion. And I'm new to it too, but I don't go around fronting like I'm fucking about that life. You rely on your music, who you are as a person, and what's inside of your fucking soul. Because at the end of the day, that shit, that's what matters. And I couldn't deal with the music in the city, so I went against the grain entirely. And I, you know what I mean? Like, here, I'm not from Hamilton, I'm from Dundas, like a side city to a city. So there's already an outshadow to me. And I just said, fuck it, if people already hate on me, I might as well give them something like big to hate about. So I just shit on it, you know? Yeah. And then I got a lot of love from everyone else in the city that wasn't feeling my music, and I kind of like cast it a different ways. Like, people realize, you know what, this shit is lame. And now it's like 2 or 3 years later, you go into the jump off, they don't even fucking sell those chains anymore in Hamilton, man, because people know that shit's played out and they know it's whack and they know it's corny. Yeah. They're still gonna be the dudes that represent that shit. And that was a big CD too, because I had no features on it, but my clip, like Marley Mac, Toxic, Burns. I had one big feature from my homie Chris Jackson. That beat was produced by Swiss Boy, which is from one of Some Thug's producers. He produces a lot of his work, actually. That was a big track that was on there, but oh, word. Yeah, that was a dope tune too, but yeah, man, I've just been grinding. The next project is what I really excited for the people to hear, because it's my whole element. Like, spend money to make money. It's like, I'm not saying like the trap, the hardcore music is what I think is the hottest shit, but for me, that's my sound. Like, Maloney, like hip-hop shit, that's your sound, that's your forte. Like, someone gave you a pack of 30 beats that completely boom bap and fucking rock your head, you're gonna probably sit there within a weekend and smash them out.
Yeah, most definitely.
See, so it's the same thing with me with this style of shit. So I've had so much music collected that now it's like I'm picking through like gems, like not gems, like crazy tracks, but I have so much shit that I'm sitting on that I can just elevate all these tracks that I'm doing. I have a shitload of features on this like CD that are gonna elevate and like bridge a bunch of gaps for me within Toronto. Like, I got a dude from San Francisco, my homie 3D from Palm Beach, my boy Flipperachi from West End Toronto. So it's gonna have a good buzz, and I'm actually gonna throw my release party in Toronto through my boy Jade on. I'm gonna like set it up and do it at the strip club and shit to have like a different element to it, and bring all the ballers out and bring all my homies out and like show a really good time and not even really have it about the music, but more have it about like a party and like a celebration, right?
Yeah, man.
Have a dope element to it, right? You guys are more than invited. Like, I'll get you guys a table and shit like that. We'll go ham as fuck. Everyone loves titties, everyone loves booze, and everyone loves hip hop. So I just think it's like a winning combination.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If
I actually just got approved for our apartment in Toronto today, so we're gonna be up there fucking by the beginning of next month.
Oh, that's dope, homie. Congratulations.
Yeah, man.
If
That'd be tight. I'll be able to hit that up. No
yo,
problem.
Jay.
Yo, it's good, homie.
If people want to get at you to maybe book their slot on a place in city someplace on one of your shows that you're putting on everywhere, where can they do that?
Best way to honestly contact me is either straight through the Twitter at KWC Promo Events, PROMOEVENTS, all one word, or you can hit me up directly at the email at KWC-management, all one word, at hotmail.ca, and just send me your press kit, send me your most recent music. And the main thing I love to hear is just the main reason why you want to grind and why you want to be put on, because a lot of these dudes nowadays, they just shop around for shows and they don't really have a reason to get on it. They might not even appeal to that fan base, and they're just looking to get stage time, which I've done in the past too. But the shows that I'm trying to create an aura behind it, you know what I mean, and trying to have a vibe to it where every act on that bill is somewhat suiting or somewhat reflecting the headliner that we have.
Yeah.
So everyone in there will still benefit, and then those artists will actually gain exposure, rather than, and I'm not knocking any style in hip-hop at all, but saying have some dude coming out that's rapping about summertime in Vegas and all this shit at an MLP show. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you want to clear the deposit and do it, bro, by all means, but there's going to be no girls dancing to your shit. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to actually like show artists that it's not all about just getting the big show. It's not all about just getting the small shows either. It's just about appealing to the crowd that you need there. And the other thing too is I'm really thinking about going back to school, at least taking like an online course for like the micromanagement and the other side of promotion, because I have like a lot of tools under my belt, a lot of trades that I have too. For that, and that's why like I get the numbers I get, that's why I get the pushes I get, that's why I get the opportunities I get. And there's a lot of dope ass artists that like need that push because they have so much caught up in the head of okay, I need to write, or okay, I need to look for a show. But if you have someone that already has the Rolodex and it's built up and it's there, it's going to be so much easier, and it's going to give them more time to be creative and more time to be more time to focus on their craft. So I'm going to be starting the promotion side of my business like once I get my grants within the next year or two, because I'll be able to actually pay my street team and pay the people behind me that have been pushing me to this point, and then they'll be able to do the same thing for those artists, and I just give them the tools to utilize. So once that's launched, I'll let everybody know, but look out for that in the future as well too.
That's real dope, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'm all about giving back, man. Like, I'm not a arrogant type of dude at all. I'm all about building. If you got a business plan, if you got an idea, damn, if you got a thought you thought of when you were blazing a joint one day and you want to run it by me, then run it by me, because a thought wasted is a thought wasted, man. If you brought it up and you tried to build off of it, like, look at us. Like, one day we thought, oh, yeah, I want to write a song. And look where that brought us today, right? So if you got a cool idea, then let's pop that shit up and see if we can make some cash off of it, because at the end of the day, we need investments. We got to pay for our music. We work our asses off. We do whatever we do to make our money to invest into our craft. So if there's an edgy way to find a niche to make money off of the music, then let's do it, you know?
Exactly, man.
No doubt.
And so I wanted to actually ask you also, who exactly is Team Dope? And tell us a little bit about Team Dope, how it developed, and behind the name Dope and everything.
Okay, dope. Yeah, for sure, man. Well, Team Dope actually, it spurred up about, I would say, time flies so quick now, man. About 2.5 years ago, I'd say. Kings Without Crowns has always been like a family to me, and I'm trying to separate what the entity of a business is rather than like the rap group, you know what I mean? Yeah. So me and Sick were doing our thing at the time, heavy. My boy Marley Mac was somewhat bouncing off if he's going to be living in Ontario, if he's going to be in BC, so he wasn't really making music. And at the time, me and Mac were making a TWC. Sick had his own style, like Maplewood Crew, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, well, why don't we make something that me and you can just do? You know what I mean? Like, so it's like me and you are the crew. We'll make a whole name for it. We won't go by JAches and Toxic. We'll go by something else. So we went with Team Dope. It stands for Together Everyone Achieves More, Delivering Out Poetry Every Day. So, yeah, so it's just an acronym for that. So we started really making music, really focusing on it. And Six, he's a procrastinator, but when he gets his workout, and his work is fire. And that's the thing about him. Like, when he pushes his mind to it, it's there. So we were working, building stuff up, looking at production, trying to work on an album, trying to get more done, really, than we could actually handle. And we ended up dropping a mixtape together. And we pushed that out. It did pretty good. We had a dope release party for it within the city. And then after that, we kind of had like a standstill with music, because I had some shit going on behind the scenes, like not even life shit, just some like sketchy situations going on. He was trying to deal with his own situations as well too. So we were pretty much, let alone not working on our own music, but not even able to work on group shit. So that went on for like 6 months, and then we said, yo, like, are we gonna do it, or are we just gonna like act like we're doing it? Because once you put out a project and fans like it, you feel guilty and you feel like literally like a dick, because you're not putting out new work. You know what I mean? Like, think of how we were. Like, we're not even on like a big scale, and people feel like, yo, where's the new music? I'd be so pissed waiting on one of my new favorite rappers' albums. You know what I mean? Before the mixtape game came out, like way back in the day, I'd be like, shit, I want new music, right? Yeah. So I was like, are we gonna do it? Because if not, then we have to tell the people, yo, like our group shit's over. We're still gonna be solo and do features, but that's it. And we're like, yeah, we're gonna do it. So now we're like, I'm at the studio right now with Marley Mac and Toxic. Toxic just banged out 4 joints today. I just got another 4 joints done. Marley Mac just did another 4 joints, and then 6 in the studio right now, mastering up the beats. And how we're working the project is it's called 4 of a Kind, Team Dope, and plays off like the 4 Kings cards in the deck. So 4 of a Kind, like poker. And we got 4 singles each, and then we're doing 4 new joints that we're going to put on iTunes as all singles, but they're actually produced all by Toxic. So we're going to put the release out of the 16 joints that you can download for free, and then on the press copy, if you buy the hard copy, you'll get the full 20 songs with the 4 joints that are produced. Or if you want to download any of the singles randomly, then they'll all be on iTunes as well too. So we're going at it in a different way. We're just going to bomb the city up with QR codes and go really hard with it. And we're aiming for a release in July. And like Team System, my homie Marley Mac, Swift G, and then my homie Toxic. So it's like an element of like, you know, me on my shit, Darren on his bar shit. My homie Marley Mac's a singer as well as like real deep poet. And then my homie Swift G is just like the big bully of the crew. So
alright, man. I'm looking forward for that one.
It's gonna be a big release. It's just a lot of different styles, and it's something fresh because not a lot of the times artists take the time to really get together and make a whole project together, and that's why it's taken so long. Like I was like, yo, we're not gonna mix and match songs. There's no point. You know what I mean? Like if we're gonna do that, then we might as well just have them as features because there's not chemistry behind that. It's not us being a team playing it together. You know? Yeah. We gotta treat it like practicing, and then like we go to the game and we kill it together. Not like we play on our own and then we go to play a game and we hope we run well together. You know? You gotta have it all formatted. So
yeah,
man. Should be dope. Should be dope.
No, man, I'm anticipating that.
Some new singles for you for sure when it drops.
Yeah, man, for sure. We love playing any of that. Anytime you got anything, shoot it for us, homie.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'll have to give you some of the new releases. I'll spend money to make money too. I'll give you the first 2 new singles. The first one's from Jack City with Brett Williams from 90 Nickel Click, like PJ's Tip, and then my homie 3D. And then the one single, White Bitch, is already out on YouTube. It's at like 14,000 views. It's just an audio joint. My boy Flip was locked up for like 6-7 months. So when I put the audio out, like he was big in the West End, so it was the only like new track that he had because everything was bashed on his PC, right? So everyone in Toronto was banging it out. So he's freed up now. So there's new music coming from me, new music coming from him. It's gonna be definitely dope shit. But yeah, man.
Dope.
You got anything else in it, or do you want to wrap her up?
So what's good, man? How's everything with you?
Good, bro. Good, man. I'm just stoked on all these new releases and shit. I'll definitely link you guys with the new shit from Some Money to Make Money as well, too. Is Darren and Marley Mac and Swift got like some singles like for their new projects, but we haven't put release dates on them or anything like that.
No.
Maybe in a month or so, when we actually have that more in stone, we can get a radio interview with the 4 of us. And
that's tight, man.
Yeah.
Just chill. We'll do a speakerphone and we'll do like a conference call or some shit like that.
We'll just pump out the tracks.
Word, let's do that, homie.
Okay, dope.
Do a whole interview about an hour of all the tracks.
Yeah, exactly, man. That'd be dope for sure.
Shit.
I appreciate the time for sure. I'll give you guys one more drop just in case if that other one was choppy or on shit.
Word, man. Actually, before we go to, just let the people know one more time how they can find you online and everything.
Okay, dope. Alright, yo, it's your boy JAches. What's up? The motherfucking doper. Things Without Crowns, Team Dope all day. You can follow me at Twitter at Jakes905. You can follow the Kings Without Crowns promotion page at KWC Promo Events. If you're looking for shows, you're looking for slots, email your press kit to kwc-management@hotmail.ca. If you're looking for the mixtapes, download all 12 of the projects at www.hotnewhiphop.com/Kings Without Crowns. You're looking for the new singles, hit up the Reverb Nation at www.reverbnation.com/Kings Without Crowns. Don't forget to download the Android app. That shit's free. It's dope. You can buy tickets, download the music directly. Hit me up on Facebook. JAches the Doper, you know what it is, man. I want to make a huge shout out to Breaking Records Radio. Shout out to my boys running this shit, man. It takes a lot to set up this radio station as well as run the hip hop shit, so you got to salute to that. Big ups to making an outlet for artists like me to promote and shout out my music. It's real dope shit. KWC like what?
Chill.